Right.
Hello.
Welcome back to the Woodland Pursuit. My name is Mick, here with, I don't think you need any introduction. Right, we got Ellis here, and if you know anything, you've been watching Seek 1. It's blown up. It's insane.
A little bit for us, yeah.
But everyone knows it's really popular on YouTube. But I've been coming here to the Great American Outdoor Show for a long time. I've never seen a crowd like that. It's insane. The line is insane.
I was asking people at one point, because I can only see so far, and this is our first time here, so I didn't know what to expect, but we've always been told it's the biggest show. We've done other shows, and it's always been a mob scene, but this was like a whole different beast. I think that people said the line that they waited was like an hour and a half long.
It's
like
insane.
All the way, yeah.
It's if you ever hear the line's long. This place is huge. There's a lot of people. There's so many buildings, and it's insane. And
a lot of that is my fault though. When someone I try to take the time to have like a personal conversation, and the people that are like kind of helping with our booth always get mad at me because it definitely like bogs down
the
line.
word humility comes to mind because you're just so nice. You can see your Georgia roots, and you just don't want to tell anyone no. He wants to say hi to everybody.
If someone waited an hour, it's like I want to make sure that I'm giving them a little bit of time. Just to have a personal conversation.
And when I seen on the roster it was like a half-hour meet and greet, I'm like, what are they thinking? Like, this is Lee. Like, I think you're the biggest draw this year.
Really?
Honestly, I think you're honestly the biggest draw because you're just a huge name. Everyone knows you now. So it's
still surreal. Like, doesn't really make sense. I don't know.
Where's your head at with all these people? Like you're in Georgia and you're just one of the guys, and then now everybody from everywhere wants to know you.
Yeah, I mean, so this is our first time doing the show, so like didn't know what to expect. I was like, I don't know if people in Pennsylvania watch our stuff or not. Like,
absolutely,
clearly they do.
Yeah.
But I mean, we just started doing videos for fun, and like to just kind of like this is where you kind of visually see it.
Yeah.
The rest of the year we're just like hunting, and you see a view count or just numbers on a screen. But to actually like translate that to be like those are actual people, and then you can visually sort of see it. It never is not weird and surreal that people will drive 8-9 hours just to come say hey to you for 30 seconds and get a picture. It's just like
well, it's not that you're just successful with like shooting big bucks. You tell a great story.
We've always tried to do the storytelling.
The videography is second to none in my opinion. It's so great.
Yeah. And
it's so interesting to follow along and see you capture. I just record a lot of my own stuff too, obviously, but all the time invested in the little takes that you do in the car or at the side of the road or whatever that really put the story together.
It's unfathomable amounts of time. And it's like what the episodes that we did this Ohio one this year, and it was like, there was so much there and so much that happened, and the deer was just like such a crazy deer. It's like we wanted to bring people along A to Z because I don't really think that's ever been fully done. Like really show everything. But even in 2 hours or over 2 hours of stuff, it's like we still cut out so much fluff and just how much like immeasurable amounts of time that goes into it. And like, I happen to be the guy in front of the camera, but there's a lot of people like behind the camera in the post-production that are like bringing it to life. Like if our guys weren't putting that together, the stories would never be told in the way. It's like, honestly, they're the ones that deserve more of the credit than what I do kind of in front of the camera. But they're the ones that bring the story to life. It's a very big team effort for sure.
And then you have things like your public land hunt that you just did.
Yeah.
How insane is that?
That might be my favorite of all time.
It's my favorite.
Just because, well, one, the footage. I didn't know what happened, right? Like I mean, obviously I knew I'd shot the deer.
Right.
But my buddy Cody was filming it, and I had no idea what he had captured until he was like, dude, like you have got to see this. And so he showed it, and I was like, it was amazing. But what made it so special to me was like, that was unexpected. Like my expectation was go have fun, find something to hunt, that makes you happy. And my expectation was like super low. It was just like so many times with all these deer stories, like we know what deer we're hunting. It's kind of this build up. That was literally just like, don't know what's happening. all of a sudden everything changes. Boom, there's a big deer, and the weather conditions were perfect. Like we made a got on him, and it was, 188-inch public land buck.
Right.
And it's like,
I think
I just went in with no expectations, and something amazing happened, and it's like that right there is what drives hunter. Like what happened and what we experienced is what drives hunters to their passion. It's like they're hoping for that, a moment like that, and it just was so unexpected.
But it's you. Let's just be real.
I don't know, man.
But it's you.
There's a golden horseshoe somewhere.
My God, like directly with the deer, like the big buck.
I don't know what it is.
And it's insane because there's two parts in it that just I thought was funny. Is like when you got up and you're like, yes, and you're ready to celebrate, but the deer circled back at you, and then you're like, oh no.
I know.
Did you think he was going to get you?
My initial reaction was like, any bow hunter that sees that shot would know immediately that deer's toast. And so my initial reaction was like, I couldn't control it. It's just like the release of all this like emotion. And then the deer turns and is like, there's a brief second where it's like, he's running at us. And it was like an immediate, just like get back down and just like let the deer fall. And, and then once he had fallen was done, it was like
the camera angle just said everything. Like it really showed that like that was really
like the rain, the water coming off the bow. You can, if you slow it down, you can see the vapor trail of the arrow. Yeah. And when it hits the deer, he was soaking wet. He was actually standing up and was about to shake. Yeah. The arrow hit him before he did. And like, even when the impact of it, you can see the water. And if you slow it down and as he's running, you see all this water like flowing off his back. But the fact that he turned, came at us, and then basically died in the bed he was in. Yeah. Like the whole thing is so crazy. And
then the best part is, of course, cameraman. He's just like, this is just getting ridiculously. Yeah. This is just getting ridiculous.
It's out of hand. Yeah.
It's out of hand. And I think everybody across America, including myself, is feeling that. I'm like, where do you get all these 200-inch almost? Like he wasn't 200, but might as well have been.
When I first saw him, I thought he was, because he was just
absolutely.
He was huge. The kind of the double-edged sword about it is like, where do you go from here? It's like there's kind of this expectation that's been built, and it's like there's no way I can continue to replicate it.
But it's like what they say, there's always a bigger one out there, it's just no one's found it yet, and I totally have all the faith in the world that Lee is completely capable of finding that deer.
I really don't know. Just, I don't know, the stars aligning, like there's so many things.
That new world record's out there. Someone's got to shoot it, and I definitely could see you shooting
it. There's one guy, this is so funny you say that. There's one guy that comes to about every show we do. He hadn't been here yet. And the only thing he's telling me is like, the world record, typical, it needs to come back to the United States and take it from Canada. He's like, I believe in you. I'm like, dude, I'm not the guy, man. Like, that's a pretty hard mission.
America is depending on you.
Yeah. So I don't know. I kind of take the humor in that. What's up, man? And but yeah, I'm just having fun with it, man. And some really cool things have happened, and we're just kind of along for the ride.
Well, look, you're slammed here. Lee needs to go eat something, take a break. He's been busy all morning long. Thank you so much for just you being you, being so humble and just trying to like make everyone happy and shake everyone's hand and sign everything everyone wants. And I appreciate your time taking it for me, because like it's a madhouse here. And
I enjoy the conversations, man.
So
I
really appreciate it. And living in Georgia too, I feel the connection.
Georgia boys.
I heard the rumor when I was down there within the 285, there was the monsters, and I didn't believe it. So I kept hunting Northwest Georgia. Meanwhile, his show comes out. Shows that I didn't know nothing. Thank you so much, Lee.
I enjoyed it.
I appreciate all your time. Appreciate you.